Hey guys, it's Brick Thunder, and today I'm going to be unboxing, setting up, and doing a demo of Home Depot's 15-foot towering Phantom. Okay, so this is the one I have been most excited for out of all companies the entire season. This thing looks incredible. The second we saw this leak, it was one of my favorites of all time. It looked amazing, and 15 feet is the biggest we've seen in the retail industry, which is amazing. And I think it's awesome. So let's get straight into the unboxing. All right, so let's cut this box open. I've not looked inside, and I have not seen him set up yet. I did order this guy back on the big drop date, but those, as many of you probably know, are still on back order. So ones in stores are actually shipping faster, and a store kind of near me had it. It's about an hour or so away, and we got their last one, I believe. So super happy about that. Let's see what's inside. So first things I see, we have the instructions right on top. It also has a QR code to built, which is the 3D digital instructions. But we have some clothing right here. Not sure, this might be the hood section because I see a lot more clothing right here. So two separate pieces there. I see hands. The hands look awesome. Let's take these hands out. They're huge as well. Look at that. That thing is really, really cool looking. Great detail, and it has a wire going to it because it does have lights in both hands. Good connector pieces as well. Thick, just metal poles just like the 12-footers. He does come with tethers, which is good. It also has some screws and stuff like that. It's got a large adapter in here, which just fell out of the box, similar to the Witch. Might be the same one. He is supposed to be waterproof as well, so it's got that same watertight screw-on connection. Here's one of his arms. This thing is pretty crazy. It originally was supposed to have fans. Technically, that's not very needed because he is meant to be displayed outdoors, and any wind is going to do the same effect. I think fans would have been cool, but instead, it has 3 lights instead of just the 2 right here. So that's what it looks like. Looks good. Looks to be pretty bright lights. We'll put that there. We have the second arm right here, which is covered in some cardboard. Same thing there. Okay, let's see. We have a lot of cardboard pieces blocking stuff. This right here is the head, so I am going to save that for last, but I am excited to see what that looks like. Some more cardboard pieces. Here are probably some poles because this is a pretty heavy box. He has a lot of poles, so I'm expecting some boxes of those. Here's the base. Very strange shape. Very different from the 12-footers, but it has some similarities as well, and it definitely seems sturdy. He has 6 poles going around the base, so even more sturdy than the other bases. We have his shoulder piece right here. Let's put this down here. We have a box full of poles. Okay, wow, very heavy box full of poles here. Wow, that is the heaviest piece I've ever taken out of one of these. That is crazy. That was most of the weight of this box for sure. Okay, but now, here's the head in the box. Let's take this thing out. I'm excited to see this. So let's open this up. Wow, this thing looks awesome. Okay, it is huge. This is giant. It's a bit stuck in the bottom here. There we go. Got it out now. Look at that. That thing looks so cool. It's got a ton of wires going to the head as well because he does have the color changing lights up there. But that thing looks crazy. He's got his hood as well, which Velcros on and off, but that is amazing. Look at that. So that's all of our pieces. Let's get to the setup. Okay, so we're gonna start down here with the base, and there are so many supports, so this is gonna take a bit. But here we have our C pull, which is gonna click down into the B section. Then we have our D pull, which is gonna click down into the A section over here. So there we go, clicked down, and they're already pretty supportive, but now we have a ton of little attachments to put on. We have these ones right here, which go from here to here, and then side ones and front ones too. So lots of stuff we gotta do. So first step to that is just taking off the clips on these like that. And now we can attach our E support to the front like that. And that's going to attach up to this piece. There we go. And that's really sturdy, and that already helps it. And then it's going to have side supports as well. So we can clip these back in just to secure them. And the one down here. Okay, like that. So now I'm just going to go to a time lapse because that is a lot and it would take forever. So time lapse of me putting on the rest of these supports, and then I'll be right back. So I have all those support structures on, and this is crazy strong. The only way to move these poles is actually moving the entire base, so it is very well attached now. So not worried about that at all. So next we have G and H. These two are cross connection poles, so they're going to have this X shape that comes out, which I think is really cool. I think that's definitely going to help it be very, very nicely put together and definitely keep it durable. Even with high weather conditions. We have H on there now. Now this is G. G is going to do the same, slide down, and there's two screws that these attach on. And earlier I was talking about little screw-ons that are going to be used now. So I'm going to get those, screw these together, and then we will keep moving up, which I think the next step is actually tilting it over onto the box. So we're going to keep moving up, but also moving sideways. All right, so I have this tilted over now, and we can slide these next pieces on. We have H to click J into, and then we have G over here to click I into. And then we have some more supports. We have the cross support, and we also have another one of these. All right, so that's on. So now I'm going to clip this together there. There we go. And now we have the cross supports to attach. Okay, there we go, and now we can just screw these in. Okay, so now we are reaching very high heights. This is already pretty much 12 feet, I'd say. So we're going to attach the piece that brings it up to one pole. And what goes on this is the shoulder piece and the head. So we're going to slide this in right here. All right, there we go. That is fully clicked in now. So our next piece is the shoulders, I believe. Okay, so our next metal piece is the shoulders. But what I'm going to do now is what it recommends and put the clothing over this first, because that's going to be a lot easier than sliding it over this giant frame. So let's get the clothing on real quick, and then we will attach that shoulder piece right after. All right, so clothing is all the way on. This is one half of the clothing. And now we can put on the shoulders. The shoulders definitely add a lot of height, and then the head is going to add even more. But that looks good right there. So now what we do is we actually unvelcro some pieces here, as you can see, and slide this over the entire shoulder frame like that. And now we are going to Velcro these sections back. And this will all be then covered by the second piece of fabric that goes over the arm section and just covers the entire body even better. All right, so I have him flipped over on his back now. So now he is reversed, so we can put the head on normally. And then we can also put on his arms now without having to worry about the ground being too close. So let's click the head in. There we go. It is clicked in now, and he is massive. This is way bigger than the 12-foots looked while they were laying down. So we can thread all of his wires down into the base, and these are going to meet the rest of the wires coming from the control box, but we'll do that in a second. So now is the time you would probably want to pose the hood and stuff like that, because next we're getting on the arms and then a ton of clothing, and once he's stood up, that stuff is going to be very hard to adjust. So now, let's get on the arms. All right, so now we have our arms to put on. We're going to put P on this side of the head, and then the other one, I believe, is labeled O, and that's going to go on the other side of the head. All right, that's clicked in. Looks awesome. It's huge, giant arms. Okay, and now we're going to attach this one over here. Same thing, just snap lock this in. And I'm not even sure if it matters which side these are on, but I'm going to follow what they say just in case. But there we go. Both arms are on now. Looks great. Let's go on to our next step. All right, so we have our hands to put on now. And then we can also plug these in right now because that'll make it easier to do now instead of when we have all the clothing on. All right, we'll do the same over here. Just attach this one on, making sure that thumb is correct. And then we will also attach the wire over here too. Okay, so now I have them fully wired up, which I recommend doing now. And we also have the tethers on the back. So do that first because it'll be easier than when he's standing 15 feet. But now is time to put on all of the clothing over the arms, head, and body. All right, so he is fully stood up, all the clothing is on, and this thing is amazing. As you can see, it is plugged in and lighting up right now, but of course you all want to see him in the dark, so we'll definitely do a dark demo in 1 second. But first of all, I just want to show the detail while you can see it. He looks amazing, and in person, it is so much better looking than on videos and photos. But yeah, it's amazing. The details in the hands and head look great. And then I actually really like the tattered cloth. It looks great in person. Definitely looks a lot better than on video. But let's see it in the dark. All right, there he was, the 15-foot Phantom from Home Depot. This guy exceeds my expectations. He is amazing. The height is incredible. The overall size is awesome too. And his detail looks great. I love the hands. I love the head. They look super scary, especially at night. The clothing does not look bad at all in person. A lot of people were scared by the images of the in-store ones that they might look cheap, but in person, really, this thing looks awesome. And even the wrinkles on camera don't look great, but in person, they just add another level of detail that looks really cool, especially at night. So I'm actually really happy with the clothing as well. I do also like that the clothing does the color switch down here. In some of the photos, it looked like that might have been removed, but it wasn't. There is a big color switch from a light gray to a dark gray, and that helps make him look like he's floating a lot better, especially if you cover up this bottom part of it with something in front of him. It will really give that floating effect, which is much cooler than a just big, tall, standing Phantom, in my opinion. Now the lights are really cool. They make him totally glow very well at night. The only complaint I have is there is no single color option that I've found, at least. It looks like it is just the cycled through different colors mode, so there is no way to just single out one. But I do think the audience will definitely pay more attention to how tall and how large this thing is than the lights. Finally, this guy is very sturdy. He seems to be a lot better supported down here than the 12-foots, and I know he's going to be a pretty big wind catcher, but I think if you have him tethered down, it should be totally fine. He seems to be very, very well made, very durable, and he is weatherproof, so that fabric is not going to soak it up, so rain won't make him heavier. So yeah, there he was, the 15-foot Phantom from Home Depot. I totally recommend this guy if you can find one in store, or if you can order him on the website when they're off of back order. But yeah, there he was. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.